Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 14th of January 1990, and the title is Two Main Reasons for a Lack of Intensity in Your Efforts. Today, Bap Dada, the first and eternal creator of the Brahmins, is seeing the Brahmin children who are his direct, elevated, close creation. You are Brahmin souls who are Bapdada's loveliest creation, and you are moving forward by constantly keeping in your awareness the aim of being close and becoming equal. So, today, Bapdada was especially seeing this first creation. He was seeing the speed and method of both the fast effort makers and the effort makers. He saw both types of Brahmin children, the ones who have a fast speed by adopting the elevated, easy method given by Bap Dada, and those who are sometimes fast and sometimes not so fast. Everyone is receiving the same study, sustenance, and attainment from the One. So, why is there a difference in the speed? Fast effort makers means those who are in the first division, and effort makers means to pass in the second division. Today, everyone's chart was especially checked. There are many reasons, but there are two main reasons. Everyone wants to go into the first division. No one wants to go into the second division. However, there is a difference in the aim and in their characteristics. Which are the two main reasons? Firstly, the power of thought, the most elevated power, is not constantly used accurately for the self or for service according to the time for the task. The second reason is the lack of using the power of speech, words, accurately and powerfully. And the reason for these weaknesses is that instead of it being put into use, you become loose, slack. There is very little difference in the words. There is, however, a great difference in the result. Bap Dada only saw the result of 3 or 4 days. He did not see the total result. What did he see in the result of everyone for the 3 to 4 days? 50%, that is, half and half. The account of accumulation of both the powers of thought and speech for about 50% of souls was 40% accumulation and 60% waste and ordinary. So, just think, how much was accumulated? Which was greater? Because of speech, there is an effect of this on the mind too. The mind pulls speech, words, towards itself. Today, Bap Dada is drawing attention, especially to speech, that is, words, because words have a connection with the self and also with others. What else did Baba see? You have to stay in remembrance in your mind. Every now and then, you do have programs for this. However, there is a lot of carelessness in words. This is why Bap Dada is especially making you underline this. 2 years ago, Bap Dada especially told the Maharathi souls who are moving forward in their efforts and service, and everyone else, 3 things about speech. Speak less, speak softly, and speak sweetly. The sign of those who speak of wasteful things is that they speak a lot. They will control themselves by compulsion according to the time and according to the gathering, but inside they would feel as though someone has forced them to remain in silence. What is the greatest damage caused by wasteful words? Firstly, physical energy finishes because you spend it. And secondly, time is wasted. What habit would those who speak of wasteful things have? They would make a small thing into a very big thing, and their way of speaking would be as though they are telling a story. People relate the Ramayana or Mahabharata with interest. They themselves will speak with a lot of interest, and they will create interest in others. But what is the result? What is the result of the Ramayana or the Mahabharata? Rama went into exile. A battle took place between Kauravas and Pandavas. They show this in the form of a story. There is no essence in it, but the music of it is very entertaining. This is called a story. Because of the influence of Maya, those who speak of wasteful things are weak souls. They are very quickly made into companions by others for listening and speaking to. Such souls cannot become those who love solitude. This is why they are very clever at making companions. Externally, it appears as though their gathering is very powerful and big, but always remember one thing. These are the last steps of Maya's departure. This is why, even as she is leaving, she continues to shoot her arrows. This is why, sometimes and somewhere, the influence of Maya does work. She's not going to go away that easily, even until the last moment, if not in a direct form, then indirectly, and if not in a bitter way, she will adopt a very sweet, new form and keep on trying with Brahmins. And then, what do the innocent Brahmins say? Bab Dada never said that Maya would come in this form too. Because of carelessness, they do not even check themselves, and they think that Bab Dada has said that Maya will come. So, they remember half the words that Maya will come, but they forget that they have to become conquerors of Maya. And another thing, Baba saw different forms of wasteful and ordinary words. One is that you indulge in jokes and laughter beyond the limit. Secondly, taunting, to taunt someone. Thirdly, to collect news from here and there, listen to it, and speak of it. Fourthly, together with service news, you also speak of the weaknesses of the serviceable ones. That is mixed chutney. And fifthly, words that are not yukti-yuk, words that are not in the Brahmin dictionary. Baba saw these five things. Bab Dada counts all these five as wasteful. Do not think that laughing and joking around is a good thing. Laughter and joking in which there is spirituality is good. Whomever you laughed and joked around with, did that soul benefit? And did that soul's time pass in a good way, or was their time wasted? The virtue of being entertained is good, but it is only good when it is according to the person, the time, the gathering, the place, and the atmosphere. If even one thing is not in any of these things, then even that entertainment is counted in the line of that which is wasteful, and the certificate you receive would be one that makes everyone laugh very well, but that you speak a lot. So that is mixed chutney, is it not? So stay within the limits of time. This is what is known as Maryada Purushottam, following the highest code of conduct. If you say that your nature is like that, what kind of nature is it? Is it like that of Bapdada? Therefore, that is not called Maryada Purushottam either. That is called being an ordinary being. Your words should be such that those who listen want to hear more, like Chatrak words, that you should say something and they should hear it. Such words are called the invaluable, elevated versions. Elevated versions are never many. If you continue to speak whenever you want, those are not called elevated versions. Therefore, children of the Satguru are master Satgurus. And so, your words are not just words, but elevated versions. The intellect of someone who speaks of wasteful things would definitely collect all the rubbish of wasteful things and wasteful news from everywhere, because he would have to give them the form of an entertaining story. For instance, look at the intellect of those who write the scriptures. This is why you must speak of words that are necessary and yukta-yukt, according to the time and place, those that bring benefit to the self and other souls. There is less attention paid to words, and this is why Bap Dada is doubly underlining this. Pay special attention to your words this year. Check how much energy and time you have accumulated and how much you have wasted through words. When you check this, you will automatically experience the sweetness of introversion. There is the difference of day and night between the sweetness of introversion and that of words and activity. An introverted soul will experience the self to be an embodiment of tapasya sitting in the cottage of the forehead. Do you understand? Acha. To understand means to become. When someone understands something, he definitely puts it into practice. And so, teachers are sensible anyway. This is why you have received this fortune. At present, you sometimes experience the fortune of being an instrument as ordinary, but you will experience this fortune to be very elevated according to the time. The awareness of who made you an instrument and who selected you as a worthy soul will automatically make you elevated. If you remain aware of who the one who is making you that, you will very easily become a constant yogi. Constantly sing songs in your heart of praise of the Father who made you like that, and you will become constant yogis. This is not a small thing. Out of the selected few of the multi-million souls of the entire world, how many of you have become instrument teachers? How many teachers are there in the Brahmin family? So, you are the selected ones out of the few. To be a teacher means constantly to sing songs of God, Bhagwan, and your fortune, bhagya. Bap Dada is proud of you teachers. However, he is proud of the teachers who are Rasyukt, those who are aware of all significance. Acha, those of you in a household also stay in pleasure, do you not? Are you those who get confused, or the ones who remain in pleasure? In Brahman life, there is pleasure of mind, body, wealth, and with people at every second. You sleep comfortably, you eat comfortably, you live, eat, sleep, and study comfortably. What else do you need? Do you like studying? Or do you sleep at Amrit Vela? Some children say, we were awake all night, and so we fell asleep in the morning. Or, if they are doing particular type of service, they forget about Amrit Vela. So, what was accumulated at that time? Nothing extra was accumulated. On the other hand, you did service, and on the other, you missed Amrit Vela. So then, what happened? However, you must not sit simply as a discipline and be drowsy. That television is very good. Those yogis sit in different yoga postures. They would sit like this, that, or the other. This happens here too. You think that because this is easy yoga, you can allow yourself to sit comfortably. Bap Dada also listens to the tunes of some. Bap Dada has that cassette too. So, Baba would now doubly underline this, would he not? Then Bap Dada will tell you what the difference is in the result. Acha? To all the intense effort-making souls everywhere who have an elevated aim and imbibe its characteristics, to the souls who follow the most elevated code of conduct and constantly speak words according to the time and discipline, to the knowledgeful souls who are always Mahavirs and know all forms of Maya, to the carefree emperors who remain in pleasure at every second, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Avyakt Bap Dada, meeting groups. Do you know the power of silence very well? The power of silence can take you to your sweet home, the land of peace, in a second. Scientists are trying to invent even faster instruments. However, your instruments are so fast. As soon as you think, you reach there. Does science have such instruments that you can reach somewhere so far away without spending anything? They spend so much in inventing each and every invention. They use so much time and energy. But what did you do? You received everything without any expense. This power of thought is the fastest of all. You have received the instrument of pure thoughts and a divine intellect. You reach there with a pure mind and a divine intellect. You can return whenever you want. You can go there whenever you want. Scientists have to consider the weather. You don't even have to consider this, that today it is cloudy, so you won't be able to travel. Nowadays, let alone clouds, if it is even a little foggy, the airplane does not take off. Is your plane ever ready? Or is it sometimes a little foggy? Is it ever ready? Do you have such intense speed that you can take off in a second? Maya doesn't sometimes create obstructions, does she? No one can stop a master, almighty authority. Who can stop you when you have all powers? If any particular power is lacking, it is possible for you to be deceived at the time of need. For instance, you have the power to tolerate, but you are weak in the power to decide. Then, when any such situations arises in which you have to make a decision, you would lose at that time. You only have one moment to decide yes or no, but its consequences are so great. So, check all the powers that you have. Do not think, it is fine, I'm moving along and having yoga anyway. However, do you have all the attainments that you should have through yoga? Or have you become happy with just a little? Now that the Father belongs to you, the Father belongs to you, but does the property, inheritance, also belong to you? Or is it okay that you have just found the Father? You want to become a master of the inheritance, do you not? The Father's property is all the powers. This is why the Father's praise is the Almighty Authority, the one with all powers. Have you accumulated a stock of all powers? Or do you have just enough? You earned and you spent, that is all. Bap Dada has told you that as you make progress, all will come as beggars to you, Master Almighty Authorities, not begging for money or food, but begging for powers. So, you will only be able to give when you have accumulated the stock, would you not? Only those who have more than they need for themselves are able to donate. If you only have sufficient for yourself, what would you donate? So, accumulate that much. What else is there to do at the confluence age? You have been given the task to accumulate. There isn't any other age throughout the whole cycle for you to accumulate. At that time, you will be spending. You won't be able to accumulate. So, if you do not accumulate at the time that you have to accumulate, what will have to be said at the end? If not now, then never. Then the board of too late will be put up. Now the board of late is up, but not of too late. Have all the mothers accumulated this much? Are you Shiv Shaktis or mothers at home? When you say Shiv Shakti, you remember the powers. You are mothers whom the Father has made into Shiv Shaktis. If someone comes and sees your face, what would he or she say? Can there be such Shaktis? However, the Father has recognized that you are powerful souls. The Father sees the soul. He doesn't see whether someone is old, young, or a child. The soul is not old or young. So, it is a matter of happiness that Baba has made you into Shiv Shaktis. There are so many educated women in the world, but the Father loves those from the villages. Why does he love them? The Lord is pleased with an honest heart. The Father loves an honest heart. Those who are innocent do not know how to lie or deceive anyone. Those who are clever and sly have those traits. Those whose heart is innocent, that is, those who are beyond the cleverness of worldly Maya, are deeply loved by the Father. The Father sees the honest heart. He doesn't look at your study, your face, your village, or your money. An honest heart is needed, and this is why the Father's name is Dilwala, the conqueror of hearts. Acha, blessing, may you finish all thoughts of doubt and become a victorious jewel and a conqueror of Maya. Never let those thoughts of doubt arise in advance, thinking, I don't know if I will fail. It is when you have a doubtful intellect that you are defeated. Therefore, always have the thought that you will definitely become victorious and show it. Victory is our birthright. Perform actions with this right, and you will definitely attain a right to victory. That is success. And by doing so, you will become a victorious jewel. Therefore, the words, I don't know, should never emerge from the lips of those who are master knowledgeful. Slogan, feelings of mercy easily make the feeling of being an instrument emerge. Om Shanti.